I'm sure you guys have seen this story all over the news. India is in a freaking uproar over this right now. It is the mysterious death of Bollywood superstar Sridevi.
Bollywood legend and actor par excellence Sridevi is no more. The veteran actor passed away late Saturday night, succumbing to a massive cardiac arrest. She was only 54.
Sridevi had been in Dubai with her husband Boney and younger daughter Kushi to attend a wedding. While Boney had flown back to India for business, Sridevi decided to stay and do some shopping for her oldest daughter, who was turning 21 at the time. Boney decided to return to Dubai to surprise his wife and fly home with her, as they never usually travel apart. According to Boney, on February 24th, 2018, he got to the room around 6:20 p.m. Sridevi was not expecting to see Boney, as he had told her he was in an important meeting at the time, when really he was on a plane to Dubai to see her. When they saw each other, they kissed and cuddled like a couple of young teenagers for about an hour or so. At this time, he suggested that they go out to a romantic dinner. Sridevi then decided to take a bath before that dinner. According to Boney, he spent 15 to 20 minutes watching TV and just kind of surfing the channels. At around 8 p.m., he decided that it was time for them to get moving before the restaurant filled up. Boney began to call out to Sridevi. He called out to her about 2 times, he says, and he did not get a response. So he then lowered the TV and called out a 3rd time, and he still got no response. Then he walked to the bathroom, knocked on the door as he called out to her once more. Still no response. Boney said he could hear the tap from the inside on and running. He panicked, broke down the door, which had not been locked from the inside. The tub was full of water and Sridevi was completely immersed from head to toe. Boney then called the police. According to the police, there had been no sign of struggle, as no water had splashed out of the tub. Her death was ruled accidental drowning. 3 days later, she was flown back to Dubai and a funeral was held as thousands of mourners lined the streets. Her husband Boney has reportedly flown back to a holy island in India, where he immersed her ashes in the sea. Oh my God, so what happened to Sridevi that night? Some of the stuff is adding up, and then some of it to me is just not adding up at all. Theory number 1 is accidental drowning, which is what the police ruled her death to be.
In an update as far as Sridevi's death cause is concerned, we are given to understand that she died due to accidental drowning, no criminal motive.
It said that she had been drinking, but she didn't even have enough alcohol to be even remotely drunk, like maybe a little bit of wine, not enough to be anywhere near drunk in her system. To me, this is just laziness by the police to just go in and rule her death an accidental drowning before doing a complete investigation. I could see it happening if she was really drunk or completely intoxicated or on drugs or something like that, where she maybe passed out in the tub and then just drowned. I've heard of that happening before, but she wasn't. So I just don't believe a 54-year-old woman would drown in the bathtub without being completely intoxicated or high as a kite. I just don't believe it. So for me, it just doesn't make sense. I don't know, you guys let me know. So theory number 2 is suicide. This definitely doesn't add up to me. I found nothing while researching where I could even point a finger towards suicide. I just didn't find that whatsoever. It seems like she lived a pretty happy life. She'd never talked about suicide before. I didn't find anything where she had any types of disorders or where she was depressed or she was on any type of medication or bipolar disorder or schizophrenia or anything like that to point in the direction of suicide or her doing something like this. Third and final theory is that she was murdered by her husband Boney, or by maybe someone else, but probably Boney.
We are picking up from our sources from Asia.net that there were injuries apparently which was found on the actor's body. Now this practically changes everything, because there have been a lot of speculation as to how really Sridevi died. She was of course found in the bathtub, and then there was a death report which essentially said that it was accidental drowning. The prosecution's report, remember, we are still awaiting for that, and if the prosecution wants, it's possible that they are also going to ask for more interrogation, for more probe, perhaps a second forensic test as well as a second autopsy, which is also on the cards. And now this really puts a new spin to everything. There were injury marks which have been found on the actor Sridevi's bodies. Does that really suggest that there was foul play? What are the implications of that? For that, let me go across to Zaka. Zaka, what could it mean?
For the first time, again, I'm being very careful. This is being quoted by Asianet, which is the largest Malayalam news channel and news network. They are quoting that, according to sources in the Dubai police, there were injury marks on Sridevi's body. Now, what the nature of those injury marks were, or on which parts of her body those injury marks were, we don't know. Were they self-inflicted? Did somebody else inflict those injuries on her? We have no idea. All we know is that Asianet is reporting that there were injury marks on Sridevi's body. Now, obviously, that takes this into a completely different realm altogether, because, you know, the prosecutor will then need to be convinced, A, what caused these injuries, B, were these self-inflicted injuries, or C, who caused those injuries to her. As of now, what we know is that the only person who was there in the hotel room at the time that the death happened, and the first person who discovered the body, was her husband, Bonnie Kapoor.
This would make a lot of sense in the fact that Bonnie was the last person to have seen Sridevi alive. He was the last one with Sridevi. As he says, he was in the living room watching TV. So Sridevi is his only alibi, and Sridevi is dead. I'm not saying that Bonnie killed her. Could he have? Yes, he definitely could have done it. He was the last person to see her alive. He was the only person there with her when she passed away. So it is a very strong possibility. If anyone knows something, it would be this guy. Keep in mind, you guys, these are only theories. There is no real hard, solid evidence towards anything that I'm saying. This is just my theory. There are only two people that really know what happened that night, and it is Sridevi and Bonnie. What do you guys think? Please let me know in the comments down below. If you guys like videos like these, then check out my last video. It will be linked right here. Also, feel free to share these videos. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future episodes. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.